Hello dear students. In the previous session we have studied solution of one-dimensional wave equation by the method of separation of variables. In this session let's move to two-dimensional wave equation and solution of two-dimensional wave equation using the method of separation of variables. So our two-dimensional wave equation will be of the form utt is equal to c square into uxx plus uyy. This is my two-dimensional wave equation. Now I have to find out the solution for this using the method of separation of variables. This is the given boundary conditions for this two-dimensional wave equation, and this is the initial condition for the given two-dimensional wave equation. So now let's solve this using separation of variables method. First step will be u of x comma y comma t is equal to, the solution for this equation 1 will be of the form x of x, y of y, t of t. Okay, now I will call this as equation number 8. I have to differentiate this equation with respect to t twice, with respect to x twice, and with respect to y twice. I have to differentiate my equation 8 with respect to t twice, with respect to x twice, and with respect to y twice, and I should substitute those values in my equation number 1. Okay, let's do that. Now I will substitute equation A, equation B and equation C in my equation 1. Okay, so I will get x y t double dash is equal to c square into x double dash yt plus x y double dash t. To make the problem simpler, divide the whole equation by x, y, t. So if you divide whole equation by x, y, t, what you will get? You will get t double dash by t is equal to c square into x double dash by x plus y double dash by y. Now since my x, y, t all are independent variables, I can equate each term with the same constant, isn't it? The same way we have followed in solving one-dimensional wave equation. Similarly, I will equate t double dash by t into 1 by c square is equal to constant k1. Let me take it as k itself. X double dash by x is equal to k and y double dash by y is equal to k. So now I should solve these three equations, isn't it? So let's solve one by one. In two-dimensional wave equation, what I will do is I will solve for x and I will solve for y. Then I will substitute here so that I can easily solve for t than doing these steps. Okay, what I will do? I will solve for x and then I will solve for y using these two boundary conditions. Then I will substitute the values here so that I can find out t. This constant k can take up three values. One is equal to 0, another one is greater than 0, one more will be less than 0. So first, if k is equal to 0, you will get x double dash by x is equal to 0. This implies x double dash is equal to 0. Integrate this twice. You will get x is equal to ax plus b. Okay. Since in boundary condition also I have a itself, I will change this a and b to c1x plus c2. So let's using boundary condition, Now I can solve for x. What I will get? So from solution 8, I can write this as x of x, y of y into t of t is equal to u of x comma y comma t. This is what our solution will be of the form. So now u of 0 comma y comma t is equal to x of 0, y of y, t of t. Since we assume that y of y is not equal to 0 and t of t is not equal to 0, I can choose x of 0 is equal to 0. X of 0 means what you will get? C1 into 0 plus C2 is equal to 0. This implies C2 is 0. Using boundary condition 3, I can find out C1, that is u of a comma y comma t is equal to 0. So your equation becomes C1a plus C2 is equal to 0. Since using boundary condition 2, we have got C2 is 0. So C1a is equal to 0 implies C1 is also 0. Now I can conclude that when k is equal to 0, u of x comma y comma t is equal to 0. So we get trivial solution. Similarly, in the case of k is greater than 0, that is, I will assume k is equal to lambda square. If you follow the same procedure, you will get C1 is equal to minus C2 and C2 will be 0. From that, C1 is also 0. So here also you will get a trivial solution. So the solution exists only when k is less than 0. That is our case 3. K is less than 0, we will assume that as minus lambda square. When k is less than 0, we will assume k is equal to minus lambda square. So if you substitute this in your equation, you will get x double dash plus lambda square x is equal to 0. For this, you will write a complementary function, that is m square plus lambda square is equal to 0. If you find out the root for this, you will get plus or minus I lambda. For this complementary function, or the solution will be C1 cos lambda x plus C2 sin lambda x. Now I will use boundary condition u of 0 comma y comma t is equal to 0. If you follow the same procedure, your y of y is not equal to 0 and t of t is not equal to 0, like this. So x of 0 will be equal to 0. You will get C1 cos lambda 0 plus C2 sin lambda 0 is equal to 0. Okay. Since cos lambda 0 is 1, you will get C1 plus sin 0 is 0. So this will be 0 equal to 0. This becomes C1 is equal to 0. Now you have to find out C2. For that, I will use one more boundary condition, that is u of a comma y comma t is equal to 0. So if you substitute this, what you will get? C1 cos lambda a plus C2 sin lambda a is equal to 0. Since C1 is equal to 0, this term vanishes. C2 sin lambda a is equal to 0. This implies sin lambda a is 0. For what values of sin you will get 0? That is sin n pi. I will take it as n1 pi. This is sin lambda a. So lambda is equal to n1 pi by a. Okay, this is the value of lambda. Now substitute this in your equation. X of x is equal to C1 cos n1 pi by a into x plus C2 sin n1 pi by a into x. This is your solution for x of x. But we have C1 is equal to 0. So this term is 0. Finally, you will get x of x is equal to C2 sine n1 pi by a into x. Okay. So similarly, you have to find out for y double dash by y is equal to k. In this, you have to use this boundary condition, that is your equation number 4 and 5. You have to use that boundary condition and you should find out solution for y. I will write the solution directly. You will get y is equal to C4 sine n pi by b into y. This is what you will get. So I will give a number to this equation and this is your equation number 13. Now substitute 11 and 13 in your equation number 9. I will call this as equation number 9. Substitute 11 and 13 in your equation number 9. But you have here x double dash by x plus y double dash by y. So you have chosen x double dash by x as one constant and y double dash by y as one more constant. So you can write that as 1 over c square t double dash by t is equal to, I will write it as k1 plus k2. Okay. So you have a solution when k1 is less than 0, that is minus lambda square, and for y double dash k is less than 0, put k is equal to minus lambda 2 square, just to differentiate both lambdas, that's all. So k2, you have a solution for k2 when it is less than 0, I will write it as minus lambda 2 square. Okay. In this case, you got lambda value. Here also you got lambda 2 value. Substitute that here. That is minus n square pi square by a square minus n square pi square by b square. So what I will get, t double dash by t is equal to c square pi square minus c square pi square into n1 square by a square plus n square by b square. Okay, now what I will do is, I will call this whole term as eta square. So t double dash by t is equal to minus eta square, because eta square is equal to c square pi square into n1 square by a square plus n square by b square. So now solve this. T double dash plus t into eta square is equal to 0. You can write this in auxiliary equation form, that is m square plus eta square is equal to 0. M is equal to plus or minus I into eta. If you write solution for this, you will get t of t is equal to c5 cos eta t plus c6 sin eta t. This is your t of t. Okay. Now substitute this equation in your original equation, that is u of x comma y comma t is equal to, you have x of x as c2 sin n1 pi by a into x into your y of y is c4 sin n pi by b into y into your t of t is c5 cos eta t plus c6 sin eta t. Using superposition principle, you can write this equation as u of x comma y comma t is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity summation m is equal to 1 to infinity sin n1 pi by a into x into sin n pi by b into y into amn cos eta t plus bmn into sin eta t. Here amn is equal to c2 into c4 into c5, c2 c4 c5, and bmn is equal to c2 c4 and c6, c4 and c6. Now using initial conditions, let's solve amn and bmn. Your initial condition is u of x comma y comma 0 is equal to f of x comma y, and ut of x comma y comma 0 is equal to g of x comma y. This is your initial conditions. Now using this condition, I will use this condition first. If you substitute equation 6 in your final equation, that is when t is equal to 0, you will get this bmn term vanishes because sin 0 is 0. Here cos 0 is 1. You will get amn into sin n1 pi by a into x into sin n pi by b into y. I will write it here. So u of x comma y comma 0 is equal to f of x comma y, that is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity, summation m is equal to 1 to infinity, amn sin n1 pi by a into x into sin n pi by b into y. Okay, so this is again your half range sine series, half range double Fourier sine series. Okay, so therefore you can write amn as, since it is double sine series, half range double sine series, you have 2 times 2 by a into 2 by a. You have double integral 0 to a and 0 to b, f of x comma y into sin n1 pi by a into x into sin n pi by b into y dx dy. I repeat, this is your half range double Fourier sine series, double Fourier sine series. So you have 2 times of 2 by a and you have double integral. One is with respect to x, another is with respect to y. This is your amn. So now if you differentiate your final equation and if you use your second initial condition, you can find out bmn. So let's do that now. After differentiating, you will get, this is with respect to x and with respect to y you have sine terms, so you will keep that as a constant. So if you differentiate amn cos eta t, you will get minus eta amn sin eta t, and if you differentiate bmn sin eta t, you will get eta into bmn cos eta t. Now use your condition, initial condition, that is ut of x comma y comma 0 is equal to g of x comma y. So this since sin 0 is 0, this terms get vanishes, this 2 remains the same. You will get g of x comma y is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity, summation m is equal to 1 to infinity, sin n1 pi by a into x, sin n pi by b into y into I will write eta here, Bmn cos eta t. Oh sorry, cos 0 is 1, so you will get into Bmn. Now this is again your half range double Fourier sine series. So you can write Bmn as 1 over eta 2 by a, this is 2 by b, sorry, into 2 by b integral 0 to a 0 to b f of x comma y sin n1 pi by a into x sin n pi by b into y into dx dy. This is nothing but your Bmn. Now the complete solution for two-dimensional wave equation is u of x comma y comma t is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity, summation m is equal to 1 to infinity, sin of n1 pi by a into x, sin of n pi by b into y, a mn cos eta t plus b mn sin eta t. Here a mn is 2 by a into 2 by b, integral over 0 to a, integral over 0 to b, f of x comma y sin n1 pi by a into x, sin n pi by b into y dx dy, and Bmn is nothing but 1 over eta into 2 by a, 2 by b, integral over 0 to a, integral over 0 to b, f of x comma y sin n1 pi by a into x, sin n pi by b into y dx dy. This is the complete solution of your two-dimensional wave equation. Now you have one problem. Try to solve it on your own. That is utt is equal to c square uxx plus uyy. This is obviously two-dimensional wave equation. You have boundary conditions and you have initial condition. In your initial condition, in the place of g of x comma y, it is 0. So obviously in your solution you will not get Bmn. Bmn will be 0 here. So similar procedure if you follow here also, you can find out the solution very easily.